Hello and welcome to another cross-planet development update. In this video we're going to talk about game mechanic changes, bug fixes, visual improvements and our PvE mode. We're also going to take a look at a few specific requests from playtesters and QA testers and go through the changes that we've made to address those issues. To begin, let's take a quick look at the visual improvements we've made to Cross-Planet. In 2024, we made the hard decision to roll back the graphics of Cross-Planet by reducing our game's rendering engine from HDRP to URP. This meant the game was suitable for mobile devices, but didn't quite look as graphically pleasing on PC. We've now reverted that change and we are once again using the HD render pipeline by Unity. This means better lighting and shadows, volumetrics, particles. It's also now possible to implement ray tracing in the future and subsurface scattering. We've also added a very subtle filter to the game. You'll see that some or most objects have a very subtle outline. So far these new visuals have received high praise and we will continue to tune them based on community and player feedback. Now let's take a quick look at one map in particular, that is Ravine, the first ever map to be created for Cross-Planet. Previously on Universal Render Pipeline, Ravine was hit with harsh comments about the lack of vegetation. Quite simply put, now there's a lot more grass and trees. This should help with the map feeling quite open and empty, and hopefully players will enjoy the new look. We have yet to test performance of this new change. That will be done in upcoming QA tests and playtests. You'll also see that there's now a waterfall on Ravine. This is subject to change, it's just a placeholder at the moment, but a waterfall is better than no waterfall. Now we'll take a look at a couple quality of life improvements. Previously in the lobby menu, when selecting the map, mode, player count, etc., the scroll wheel was incredibly slow. This is because the menus were using mobile controls, so you're expected to swipe by clicking and dragging your cursor. Now that has been fixed and the scroll wheel will operate nice and quickly, so you can scroll through all the settings you might need to change. Another quick one is that some players who did the latest playtest of the game were confused about what they could do or what they were looking at while they were dead. We now have a text on screen that says you are free roaming camera while you are dead, please wait for respawn, just to make it a bit more obvious to newcomers what state you're currently in. And previously, when looking directly up or down with your character, the game would jitter a little bit, your screen would shake. That has now been fixed and it's now nice and smooth, and you'll lock into position when you get directly up and down and no longer have that jittery effect. Next is something that old fans of Cross-Planet will remember, the jetpack. The jetpack has made a return and been removed and returned and removed, and now it's back again, and we think we found a possible suitable spot for it. It's now an equipment pickup, much like the grapple hook, the cloak, the shield and the speed boost. Once again, this is something we have yet to test with players, but we feel like it will have a positive response, so if you want to try it out, join the latest playtest and let us know. There should be one upcoming in a few weeks. We're also experimenting with the idea of players not having the double jump mechanic when you spawn into a match and having to pick those up as well through some thrust boots. We hope that this means players will utilize the map more and find ways to reach high areas by jumping on rails and stairs and pipes, etc., rather than just double jumping or jetpacking all the way to the top. It should also help slow the game down a little bit. We want the game to be fast-paced, but sometimes it was difficult to track your opponents when they were double jumping everywhere, so limiting the amount of players on the map that can use this mechanic could be a positive thing. We'll have to wait and see what players think when we playtest the game. A recent bug fix we just implemented was the fact that previously you could roll and shoot at the same time. This meant that you were difficult to receive damage, you were hard to hit, but you could still hear your enemies perfectly fine. This has been fixed. If you're shooting and you decide to roll, your shooting will cancel and your player will go through the entire rolling animation, and then you can start shooting again once you are finished. And finally, for PvP, let's take a quick look at Pipeline. I have recently gone through Pipeline and made things a little bit easier to access. There were many small doorways which were hard for players and bots to go through. Those have been widened. Along with this, some staircases have been widened as well, some railings have been removed, and some small prop objects have been moved in place so that you can jump around the map and reach certain areas. On Pipeline, you'll also notice that it's now once again surrounded by the desert. Previously, in the demo of the game, it was surrounded by water. However, this water was quite buggy. As you can see, it's now been fixed by swapping back to the desert theme that the map came with many years ago. And now it's time to take a very early look at PvE. Currently in PvE, you will spawn with no player mechanics, no equipment. You'll have to pick up the jetpack or the jump boots as you play. Along with this, you'll spawn with an SMG and pistol, and there are no weapon pickups on the map. The way to obtain weapons will be through supplies at your base. You must power a generator in your base, and once it's powered, weapons and equipment will spawn to aid you in your fight against the aliens, insects, creatures, demons, whatever enemies we put into PvE. The enemies will hunt you down and try to kill you, along with trying to take down your generator so that you can't resupply at your base. There are 4 outpost bases on the map, and each one will give you different rewards. Once you've geared up, it's time to take on the boss in the middle of the map. Approach alone or with friends, fully geared or with just your SMG and pistol, and try and take on the giant spider boss. Currently, he has 1 HP. We were doing some testing. We promise he'll have more than 1 HP for the playtest. That's all for this update. Hopefully you like what you see, and if you haven't yet wishlisted CrossPlanet, make sure to do so by going to Steam and searching for CrossPlanet. We have just hit 5,200 active wishlists, and it would be awesome to hit 10,000 by the time the game releases. Additionally, you can follow us on social media at CrossPlanet and at CrossPlanet Game, or join our Discord server, which is the best place to be for constant updates, chat to the devs, join the voice chat when there are playtests going on, and more. Once again, thanks for watching. Leave a like on this video to show some support, comment some ideas and thoughts around changes, and make sure to subscribe to the CrossPlanet YouTube channel for more updates.